Welcome to the ultimate Evergoods Civic Panel Loader 24-liter V2 review. I spent a lot of time on backpack-related subreddits, and one recurring theme that you see in backpack-related subreddits is people praising this bag. So I figured I'd get my own and see what all the fuss is about. I got a lot of things to say. There's some things about this bag that blew my mind, and some things about it that really pissed me off, so let's talk about it. I'm Aaron Radcliffe with Nomads Nation, where we do the best backpack reviews on the web. This review is split into different sections so you can jump to the part that interests you most. And if you totally dig backpacks and travel gear, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Let's talk about this guy. Okay, first up, let's talk about the specs of the Evergoods Civic Panel Loader 24 V2. That's a mouthful. This is an everyday carry backpack that is designed for city folks, like Tav and I. It comes in one color option, black. Lots of black bags out there. We get that it's popular, but I kind of like a little bit of variety in my color choices these days, but I get it. Black is classic. The capacity is 24 liters, as the name suggests. Not too bulky, but large enough to fit all of your stuff. It comes in weighing 2.9 pounds. This guy costs around $260 currently, which is definitely a bit on the pricey side, but it comes backed up with Evergoods lifetime warranty. Okay, now let's talk about the style of this guy. As mentioned, this is an urban backpack, but it doesn't have like super like modern techie urban vibes to me, like Air does or Nomatic. In contrast, I think this is a little bit of like an urban adventure-y sort of combo. I don't think it's necessarily the most interesting backpack design out there. It's a little blobby. It doesn't really say much, but some people like that. Okay, now let's talk about the materials, and I got a few things to chat about, so get ready. 500D high tenacity nylon for the exterior materials. The interior materials are mostly nylon, and we got some pretty basic standard hardware. Now let me have a quick chat about what I think about these materials. A little disappointed that there's not a single waterproof zipper on this bad boy. I think that it helps with the aesthetic. I get where they're coming from, but at the price point of $260, I would have liked to have seen at least one waterproof zipper. Maybe down the laptop compartment, I think would have been good. But the most important comment I have to make about the materials is this exterior nylon. Let's chat about it. When it comes to touch, the material is amazing. It feels very durable, kind of a rugged feel to it. I like what's going on, but you need to know this about this material. It is a motherfucking dust and hair magnet. Allow me to demonstrate with a cat. Here we have Cat. What's the cat's name, Tav? Yeah, just rub the cat on it. There you go. So Tav, bring it in close. So as you can see, the material looks fairly clean here, minus the new rogue cat hair that we've just applied. But if you look at these shoulder straps right here, is that coming in clear? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. This is more like what the material was like after about a week of usage and no cleaning. It's a thing, and you need to be aware of this thing. This thing is not the end of the world. Many backpacks have this same material and have similar problems. The Boundary Supply Renin Sling that we just reviewed last week, the Manal 2.0 carry-on, also very similar. So it's not the end of the world, but it's absolutely something that you need to know. Okay, so now let's chat about the comfort of the Evergoods CPL 24 V2. There's two things that affect the comfort of a backpack: shoulder straps, back panel. Overall, I find the backpack to be quite comfortable, with one caveat. Shoulder straps are great, really nice foam padding, just enough cushioniness, new word, to make them comfy, and just enough hardiness, new word as well, to make them durable. The back panel doesn't really provide a lot in terms of ventilation. You've got these little cuts right here, which help. But I'll be honest, as I wore this thing, I didn't notice it, which means that it's comfy. What I did notice though is this. Do you see this shape right there, how it kind of curves? Looks sexy, right? Unfortunately though, when you're wearing the pack, so it curves around the shape of your body quite nicely, but the curve is a bit too dramatic in my opinion, and this part on the small of your back, I'm always noticing it. It's just always there. Maybe my posture is just really straight. I'm not sure. Front of the backpack. Minimalist, sleek. You've only got one pocket, that's this guy right here. Let's talk about this thing though. You may have wondered, you're like, what in God's name is that? It's a Velcro patch. Sold separately, these glow patches could literally be a lifesaver if you are somebody who commutes via bike. And if you are a city dweller, such as Tab and myself, you'll know that there's lots of cars and space is tight and sometimes you feel like you're gonna get hit by a car. If you got one of these on your bag, it makes you much more noticeable and it decreases the likelihood of death by being smashed by a taxi. This is particularly useful if you are commuting by bike. All right, let's talk about the one pocket. This guy right here, really cool pocket. YKK zipper, very smooth, easy to access. We've got 3 compartments. Mesh, bigger pocket, pen pocket. Pen pockets, good for pens. Didn't see that coming, did you? This smaller pocket is advertised as a good spot for a notebook, which I was totally excited about, but it actually doesn't fit my small moleskin. It don't fit. So now, I keep my battery there. And the moleskin goes in the mesh pocket. Mesh pocket also pretty easy to use, nice zip with the YKK zipper. This is good for like tech things. I've got some wires in there, backup headphones. Overall, I'm really in love with this pocket. The organization is great, but I love the functionality of it. It's very accessible. For instance, you're walking around the city, you swing it around, you do one of these, grab your charger, whatever it is you might need, zip it back up, put it up. That's pretty sweet. Also, the interior materials are gray, which is easier to find your gear. All right, so let's talk about the middle of the pack. On the outside, we've got a large handle, a smaller top handle, nothing on this side. We've got a quick access pocket on the top. And then in the main compartment, we've got 1, 2 mesh pockets, this nylon compartment, and some external lash points. And most interestingly, no designated water bottle holder. Let's talk about it. The lack of a water bottle holder on this guy is a pretty bold choice. I think it's cool. No water bottle holder really helps contribute to sort of a sleek and seamless look. If you're a hardcore water bottle enthusiast, you can still clip your water bottle to the top right here via carabiner. But if you just want like a simple water bottle solution to easily grab your bottle and put it back in, then this is probably not gonna be the pack for you. Not a big fan of these handles. These are like the same exact handles that Peak Design uses. They're just not comfortable. They're accessible and they're functional, but there's some sort of plastic or metal inside, and when you grab this thing, it's just quite stiff and there's no real padding. Feel it, Tab.
That's fine, man.
Weak little digital nomad hands. I don't even know how to feel about it. No, I tried to carry this thing around like in briefcase mode for a while. It's definitely not for that. Same thing with the top handle, similar sort of metallic to plastic, whatever it is, kind of uncomfy, but very durable. While the side handle is very accessible and easy to grab, see, look at all that space right there, that's great. I had a much harder time with the top handle. It kind of like blends in. Typically, top handles are at the northernmost point of the bag, right? And it's just very easy to kind of grab it. This one though, is not at the northernmost point. It's at this point and it's like, and you get used to it, but just something to kind of be aware of. The quick access pocket is pretty basic. YKK zip, super smooth. I got the usuals in here, wallet, sunglasses, e-cig, eye drops, and then we've got a little key ring leash. And if you watch my videos in the past, you'll know that I'm not really crazy about keys being up here. It's just kind of annoying to grab them. Because think about it, you're heading home after a long day of work, you're like, oh, there's the door, freedom is so close. You gotta take off your bag to actually get your keys. So then you do one of these and you try to like hold the bag up and then you're like, oh, now do I like do one of these or do I unclip it? And even if so, these key ring clips always get stuck. They always do. So then you just gotta take your keys off and then you gotta undo and put it back. It's just, you know, it's not as seamless of an experience as something like Foundry Supply with their Errant. Best key opening system ever. But to take it a step further, I just feel like it would have made sense to put the key ring in this pocket. I'm heading home after a long day of work and doing one of these and just being able to like grab the keys there. That sounds pretty sweet to me. Let's get inside the main compartment. Chunky YKK zip. Kaboom. This top pocket up here, I use for things like my medical stuff. I got a backup mask, I got some hand sanitizer, tissues. We got our mesh pocket right here. I've been using this for like my e-cig stuff, just kind of a random throw all. The mesh feels high quality, not too rigid, not too soft, sort of that middle ground. And I love mesh pockets because you can see through and you know what is where. This one, I found myself using it a lot. And it's great. On the flip side, we've got this compartment right here, which is separated by a nylon thing. I got some like backup bags here. I always carry plastic bags everywhere I go. I got a little drawstring backpack in there. This material feels really premium. It's got a little bit of stretchiness to it, which is nice because if you do have a water bottle you want to throw in there, it can safely go there. It's not like a designated water bottle place, but the expandability of it means that a water bottle will fit snugly there. Can it fit a 1 liter Nalgene? Oh my God. With room to spare. And then finally, we've got some attachment points up here. Evergoods markets this as a place to put a pen or to pop on a carabiner. You can put a pen in there. Also, take a look here. Just been using this bag a little bit on the wood and we've already, see how it's picked up all this dirt? Okay, now let's talk about the back of the pack. We've got a laptop compartment that can also work for a camelback, comfortable shoulder straps, a decent back panel with a strange shape, a little bit more dangle than I appreciate, and a fairly average sternum strap. 32. The laptop slash camelback compartment rocks. The zipper unfortunately is not PU coded, but once you get in, it's really quite cool. Most laptop compartments are located at the top of the bag, but I really enjoyed the side access. I just found grabbing the laptop to be super easy. Just one of these, one of those, and it's good to go. So it fits my 13-inch MacBook Pro perfectly, but can it fit the 17-inch widescreen, AKA the Beast? It cannot. But what's interesting about this compartment is that it doubles as somewhere to store a camelback. For those who don't know, a camelback is basically a plastic bag that stores water, and it's got a little straw, and then you drink your water from the straw. You still with me? So you can pop the camelback in here, and then the straw will actually come through right out here. Yet again, this is kind of on par with Evergoods branding of this being a great option for people who commute by bicycle. You got access to your water right there, or, you know, maybe it's wine. And then with the reflector on the front, if you're a biker, this is a pretty good option. And it's important to note that the laptop sleeve is here, and you would want to put the camelback underneath it in a separate compartment. So you basically have 2 compartments. As I mentioned about the shoulder straps, a perfect combination of dense yet comfortable. They fit to the body very well. Located a bit further south, we have the sternum strap. This sternum strap system is the same one that's on the Peter McKinnon Binomatic backpack, and it's not our favorite. It's just kind of a to get on and off. And also the hardware is a little bit cheaper, and there's no dangle stopper. Flapping around. While the sternum strap dangle is kind of just like negligible, it's whatever, this dangle can actually be quite annoying. Because if you're like me and you wear your bag really tight, then we got a lot of dangle going on. And then as mentioned with the back panel, there's not a lot of padding going on, which means there's gonna be a little bit of a lack of ventilation. And as I mentioned before, that curved shape of the back panel actually ends up making the backpack dig into your lower back a little bit. It's not painful, it's just annoying. Now, let's talk about the pros and the cons of the Evergoods CPL 2-Fold. Pro number 1 is going to be the thoughtful design. This backpack was made with a lot of functionality in mind, and I think they really pulled it off. Pro number 2 is gonna be a little more specifically, I love this front compartment right here. It's a well-organized and simple to use pocket, and more importantly, you can access it while you're wearing it. Pro number 3 is gonna be the laptop compartment. Also a big fan. Keeps your laptop super safe. And yet again, you can also access it while you're wearing it. That's a first. I've never had that happen before, where I can access my laptop as I'm wearing the backpack, right? But let's talk about some of the cons. Con number 1, gonna be obvious. The external material on this bag is basically a dirt and hair magnet. Con number 2 is going to be, like I mentioned, the curvature of this back panel. It just ended up sort of digging in to my lower back. And it wasn't painful, but it was just kind of noticeable. If you are commuting via bicycle, the curved shape should benefit you. But for people like me who don't own a bike, I didn't really love that. And con number 3 is, I gotta admit, I just feel like this laptop compartment deserved a PU coated zipper. I understand they didn't want to put them in the other spots. I get that Evergoods do you, but like, it just would have been nice for a little bit extra peace of mind. Let's talk about who this pack is absolutely 100% for and who might want to take a pass. This is absolutely the bag for you if you are looking for a city/urban pack and you commute via bicycle. The curved shape of the back panel, plus the ability to have the camelback, plus the Velcro reflector patches, means that this bag is a godsend if you ride a bicycle. If that sounds like you and you're gonna make a purchase, please use the links in the description and make sure that you get the best price and it helps support our channel. This is also for you if you really want like a city urban backpack and sort of like functional quick access is important to you. Like for some people, the ability to go from this to this and just do like kind of one of these and then you got one of those, you know, like that's a big deal. And if that sort of seamless sideways functionality really speaks to you, this is your guy. And finally, I think that this bag is gonna be perfect for you if you're sort of looking for like an all-rounder between an urban bag that can also be taken on hikes. This is not a backpack you wanna climb Everest with, but the rugged design, the durable materials, and the ability to have the Camelback hydration system means that this guy can definitely handle the outdoors. If that sounds like you, please use the links in the description. But let's talk about who this bag is not for. This is not for you if you don't want a backpack that is a dirt magnet. So if that just doesn't sound like something you really are interested or want to deal with, take a pass on this guy. But before you close this video, we have other backpack recommendations that use materials that aren't quite as clingy. If that sounds like you, check the links below. I don't also think this pack is gonna be for you if you, this is gonna be really specific, but like if you live in a really hot place and you're prone to back sweat, this might not be your guy. Reason being is typically other backpacks have like 3-dimensional back panels here with padding, which helps improve the airflow. This guy doesn't have it. If you need more ventilation in your back panel, check out the links below. I got some awesome, heavily ventilated backpacks down there. If you're still here, it means that you really dig backpacks. I don't blame you, backpacks are sweet. They're so sweet that we made a YouTube channel where all we do is review them. And you should subscribe to that channel. So hit the subscription button, click that notification bell, and if you already own this bag, let us know what you think in the comments. Was I right about the side handle? Is it too uncomfortable? Is it just my weak ass little hands? Does the back panel dig into your lower back as well, or do I just have a weird body? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks guys, and we will see you next time.